It's Christmas time, the wondrous time of the year. Each season of the year offers its own special blessings, but for most people, Christmas time is the joyous time of excitement for children, for grandfathers and grandmothers, for families worldwide, for theologians who have seen that God kept His promise and appeared in human flesh as the babe in Bethlehem. Where was He born? According to the prophecy of the Old Testament, He was to be born at Migdal Eder. That means the tower of the flock. And that was a specific watchtower where Levitical priests kept watch not only of the security at that little town of Bethlehem, but priestly descendants, Levitical shepherds, kept watch over the sheep, as those sheep were destined for sacrifice at the temple in Jerusalem. And we have the story of the babe born in the manger. And it begins in Matthew. It begins with Abraham and goes through Isaac and Jacob. And then it goes through David. And then it goes through Solomon. And then it goes through Manasseh and Jehoiakim and Joseph, the human guardian of Jesus, and then the birth of Jesus Himself. But we have a real problem. The real problem is that Jeremiah chapter 36 verse 30 announced by the prophet, inspired of God, that Manasseh had been so wicked and his offspring on the throne, Jehoiakim, had fulfilled all of that wickedness multiplied, that there would not be one of their descendants sit on the throne of David. But wait a minute, that little babe is to be the ruler of the world and to bring righteousness ultimately to the entire universe. Well, what that really means is that Jesus was not the son of Joseph. While He was guardianed by Joseph, His descendancy did not go through Jehoiakim, Manasseh, Solomon, but it did go through David. The real genealogy of Jesus is found in Luke chapter 3, and it begins with Jesus, goes to Joseph, his guardian, and to Joseph's father-in-law, Heli. In Matthew chapter 1, Joseph's father is listed as a Jacob. In Luke chapter 3, he's listed as Heli. Well, Heli was Mary's father. So here we have the lineage from Jesus to Mary, all the way back to Nathan, a quiet son of David, to David. And then we have Jacob and Isaac and Abraham. And then we go back to Judah. And then we go back to Noah. And then we go back to Shem and to Noah. And then we go back from Noah to Adam, and from Adam to God. Thus the genealogies explain for us that Emmanuel, God with us, was not tainted with, not contaminated with the human lineage of human flesh and blood. But He was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld His glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, and that announces the virgin birth. God was His Father, His blood was pure, Jesus was God in human flesh. Have a blessed Christmas.